So today we are going to talk about packaging and distribution, right? What is this packaging and distribution? This is basically the concept of distributing the app. Distributing the app that you have designed means if you have designed some app in your developer org or enterprise org, any edition, if you design an app, you are the one who can see it because you have the login ID password. Now if I want to have that app, if I tell you that hey, your app looks really good, can you just give this app to me? Now how would you give that app to me? That is the packaging and distribution. So how will you transfer that app from one Salesforce org to the other Salesforce org? Correct? So that is the packaging and distribution part of it. So we're going to talk on that part. It's a simple concept. Okay. So first thing which we need to understand is a package. So package is just a collection of components. What components? All SFTC components. This can be an object, it can be a field, an app, a tab, whatever is there in Salesforce, a workflow rule, a validation rule, a visual force page, Apex trigger. So whatever components you have created. See, basically when we talk about an app has so many things in it, right? It has the fields, it has the objects, it has the applications, the tabs, the workflow rules, so many things that are there in the app, right? So this package is basically the collection of those components. Fine. So let's say if I ask you that, okay, fine, please give me this app, you'll have to create a package first, put all the components of that app in that package, and then you will. So the process is pretty simple. Create a package, add all components, right, to that package, and then once all these components have been added to the package, upload the package, all right, and then share the download link with the other person. So you can just share the download link with me, all right, and I just have to click on the download link to download the package. That's it. This is how simple it is. Got it? Create a package, put all the components into it, upload the package. The moment you upload the package, you will get an installation URL or a download URL. Share that installation URL with the other person. The other person can just click on that installation URL. He would need to log in into his developer edition and he can install that app on his org. Got it? So this is basically used for distributing the apps. So let me just do an example and see. Give me a moment. Let me log in into Salesforce. Right. So let's create a small package. Hey, did you change the password by any chance? Venkat?
No, जी.
No? Okay. Alright. So creating a package, as I told you, first of all, you have to create a package. So for creating package, you will go to setup, develop, not under develop, under create. Okay. Yeah, setup, create packages. Alright. Go and click on this, create a new package. So package is just like an envelope. You will just create it, give it any name, let's say my package 1. And start adding components to this. So now you see all the component types are available here. You want to add an app, you want to add whatever you want. The email template, the field sets, homepage component, whatever. I mean, whatever I told you I told you earlier that whatever we can create in Salesforce, everything can be added. Let's say I want to add first app. Okay, so when you add an app, by default all the components under that app are also added, right? If you think there is something else that you need to add, you can do that also. Okay, so this has all automatically got added using some objects and fields and page layouts, everything is there. So these are the components. If you want more components, click on add. Once you're done with adding all the components for the package, just go and click on the upload button. Once you click on this upload button, it will ask you for a version name. So which version of the software is that? So you can just say, let's say version 1, whatever, and start uploading. So here it is. Now this is the installation URL. Here is the installation URL. Take this installation URL and send it to the person you want to send. Now you can use this installation URL to install the package. Got this? Here on this? Tell me if there is any question. Okay. So this packaging and distribution is one concept. Now the other concept that we are going to talk about is about portals and sites. Okay, so what is this portals and sites? Portals and sites is basically the concept of displaying your data to the external user. Okay, what is a portal used for? Portal is basically used for some displaying the data to some other users. Right now you go to a job portal, what happens? What do you get to see? You get to see all the jobs listed on the job portal, right? So basically what is happening there? You have the external users of the company, viewers, and they get to see the data of the company. The jobs listed on the portal are what? Those are all the data of the company, right? So the company is allowing the external users to see the data. Same way, if you have some data of that sort and you want to share it with external people, anyhow, people who have login ID and password, people who are internal users, they can definitely log in and view it. But what happens if people who are not a part of your company, who do not have a login ID password of salesforce.com, then how do they see the data in case you want to make some part of the data visible? Alright. Now if you are thinking that why would I want to make the data visible, there can be two reasons. One, you want the data to be visible to client or a partner, the data which is related to them, that thing. For example, there is a case that has been registered by a client, right? And now you want that client to see the details, come and see the details himself, instead of you following up with the client every time, or the client calling you and asking that, okay, what is the status of my case. You just want that it would be good if the client himself can log in and view the status of the case, what is being done on his case and all that stuff. So this can be one situation where you want your clients or vendors or suppliers to come and see their data themselves. Second thing is a requirement where you are storing a data which you want others to see. For example, I gave you this example of job, right? So if you are a job consulting company, or if you are a recruiting company, and you have a lot of job openings listed in the database and you want to display those job openings to others, then you will use a portal or a site kind of a thing which can make that thing visible to others, right? Same way, think of let's say you are trying to sell something online, right? All your products are listed in the database table. Now you just want to make sure that these things are being displayed to the end users, right? Now all your customers will not have the login ID password. So what you have to do, you have to make this list page public. Okay, so that is what we're basically going to talk about. So first of all, let us talk about portals. So Salesforce allows you two different licenses. One is customer portal, one is partner portal. There are two different types of portals which are allowed. Functionality wise, both of them work same, but these are two different licenses that they provide. Okay, the customer portal is meant for customers, partner portal is meant for partners, and license fee is different. This is $4 to $5 in the customer portal, and this one is somewhere close to $22, this partner portal license. All right. So I told you the first thing that sometimes the customer wants to log in himself and see the data related to him, like the case that he has raised. He just wants to come and see that what case he has raised and what is the status, what is the progress on that. So in that case, what will happen? there I need some sort of restriction. This setup cannot be completely public. If it is completely public, then what will happen? Everyone will get to see everyone's case. That is what we do not want. We just want the customer to see his cases only. I don't want the entire world to see that customer's case, right? So for that reason, Salesforce provides you with special kind of a license in which you can create users and assign the licenses to the customers. Okay, so these will be special type of users or special type of licenses which will not allow them to see everything in your organization's data. Definitely you do not want your customer to come and see all the data. So they will just be restricted to their data. Yeah. So these are different licenses which are available and Salesforce provides you. So if you have 50 customers, you have to purchase 50 customer portal licenses. Exactly the same way you purchase other Salesforce.com licenses. You have to purchase these licenses and Salesforce allows you to set up this portal thing so that the customer can come and log in and view their respective data. So how this setup is done? Let's do the setup. Go to setup, customize, customer portal, settings, click on edit, click on enable customer portal and save. Fine. That's it. Don't have to do anything else. Your customer portal has been enabled. Alright. Okay. Now what you have to do, you just have to go to certain contact. Yeah. Now since you have enabled the customer portal, when you go to a contact, you will see that there is an option of enable custom user. Okay. Basically who will be user then? My customers contacts, right? Accounts, the contacts from those accounts. Let's say I have a customer, Burlington Textile. Now they say that okay fine, we want to have access to our cases and all. So what you will do, you will say that okay fine, which user you want me to give the login ID password. They tell you that okay, give it to Jack Rogers. So what I need to do, I need to create a login ID password for him, right? Or instead I will need to create a user for him. The way I have internal users, now this will be added as an external user. So I'll just go into this contact and make him a customer user. Now the moment I make him a customer user, he will have the access to the database. I mean, he will get a login ID password, and using that login ID password, he can access the database. Correct? But only his database. So he will be restricted only to this account. So that is a kind of setup that Salesforce has already done. It's not that Jack Rogers logs in and he starts viewing all my accounts and everything. No, he will just get to see the data related to this account. Okay. So I'll just convert it into an external user. Just give me one quick minute. Huh? Okay. So yeah. So here we have that contact. I'm going to convert it into an customer user. But before I do that, I will just do a small thing. I will change his email ID to mine so that I receive the email. Right. Okay. So we just need to go and say manage external users, and we will say enable customer user. That is it. The moment you click on the enable customer user button, it tells you that it starts creating a new user with the same name and all that stuff. Now the moment I click on save, it will create a new user with this name Jack Rogers and this email ID, and it will send an email to this email using with the login ID password. Now that user has to use that login ID password to log in into his customer portal account. Got it? So now I am Jack Rogers, this is my email ID. Let me just click on save. So the user gets created. Salesforce will send me an email with the login ID password. So let me just go and check. Not yet received. Yeah, I received. So see, username and password have been sent to me. But where would this user use the login ID and password? They cannot log in into salesforce.com. So for your customer portal, there is a separate login URL. Okay. How will you get it? You will get it from this thing. From customize customer portal, where you created the customer portal. If you go back to that, you will find this login URL. Click on the customer portal and you will see a login URL. So this is the login URL for your company's customer portal. Okay, this is something that you have to share with the customer portal user. Okay, login ID password he already has, the end user. Login URL you will share. The moment he opens the login URL, he will be asked to put the username and password. Username and password is available here. So this is how your customer is gonna log in. And I'll show you what all he can view there. See, this is what he can see. He can see certain notes, tasks, cases, and he can also create cases through this portal instead of connecting directly with the client and asking them to register a case. He can simply come and create a new case here. He can create a new contact. Right, if you are a customer and you feel that there is one more point of contact from your company who will be dealing with us, you can go and create a new contact there. You cannot see anything else apart from that. You can just see new contacts, cases. This is what you can see, nothing more than that. Right, so Salesforce does not allow you to view anything. Okay, so if you want, you can create case from here. You can track the history of the case from here and all that stuff, right? So this now becomes a small portal kind of a thing for your end users or the customers. Correct? Clear? So that's about the customer portal. Partner portal is exactly the same. There is no difference between customer portal and partner portal, just the setup part of it is different. So you go to setup. Oh, now I'm logged in as this user. I'll have to log out and log in again. All right. So for partner portal, you just need to go to customize, and you will see something called partners here, and here you just have to go to settings. Click on it and you have to enable this partner portal thing. Fine. So you can try this. Same works the same way as a customer portal. The only difference between a customer portal and partner portal is the partner portal license costs a little more, and basically then what happens there is you take this for partners basically, right, and not for customers. You will have lesser partners, right? So you can afford a little highly priced license for them. So that is how it is. So that's about the portals. That's one part of it. Now the other thing. So what we talked here is all the concept of licenses, which means if I purchase a few number of licenses, then I can create that number of users and I have to give those login ID passwords to them, and then only they can access it. Now the other requirement, the second requirement which we were talking about, that I am selling something, or I want to display some data, I have some job openings which I just want everyone to see. I do not want to create a login ID password and all that stuff. I just want that list to be visible to everyone. Right? Directly from my database, the list should be visible to everyone. That is the concept of sites. Right? So that is the concept of sites. That is what we are going to discuss. So let's see, what do we have to do here? A site is where you don't have to use a login ID and password. Well, the end user will not have to use. So you just go and develop a site. Just go to setup, develop sites. Got it? You just have to go and click on setup, develop sites. Got this? Now this is what a site is. What do you need to do in a site? First of all, site is something which you are making public, which means it needs a hosted domain. So for you to see something on internet, there has to be a web address to that, right? So for that web address, you need to have a domain. Now Salesforce says even if you do not have a domain, don't worry, it's absolutely okay. It can register a subdomain for you. Okay, so Salesforce will create a subdomain for you, which will be let's say your company .force.com. So this is the subdomain. Basically, this is the actual domain and force.com, and your company is the subdomain. So Salesforce can create a subdomain for you, and then you can put your site on that subdomain. Alright. So then it will have a valid ID, address, web address, and people can view that data from here. Okay. So how that will be done? First of all, let's come here and create a subdomain. Check availability. Yeah, it's available. So I say I have read and accepted, register my force.com domain. Okay. So registered, created. Okay, so domain created. First thing you have to register the domain, check for the availability of it, register for the domain, done. Now you will create this page on this. The site has, domain has been registered. Now you just have to create a page. So from where this page will come? This page will come from the Visual Force pages that we have done. So basically, now the domain is there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my Visual Force page visible through this domain. Correct? So that Visual Force page which was internally visible, now it can be made visible on this link. And this can be shared with anyone. So they will get access to the data on the Visual Force page. Now what do you want to display? That you have to put on your Visual Force page. So let's see what all Visual Force pages we have created. Okay, so these are the different pages that I have. Let me just find a good page that we are going to put on the URL. Okay, let's say V12. This is a list. This I want to display on my site. So let's give a site level. Accounts can be anything. So this is the domain, and this is going to be the page name. So you'll have to add something at the end. This will be the complete web address from here till here. This is going to be the web address that will be used by your end users. Active site homepage. So make it active, and you just have to select the active site homepage. So your active site homepage is VF12, right? Active site homepage means which Visual Force page you want to use when the site is active. So I want to display VF12 on that site. That's it. Nothing else is required. Now this page VF12 will be available or visible using this URL. Okay. Now this is the link where my Visualforce page is available. Let me try and open it in the browser. I've also shared it in the chat window. You can also try to open this. Did you try to open that page? It does not show us the data inside this page, right?
Yeah, I opened it. It says it's under construction.
Okay, nice. So basically what you have to do is you have to go and do some public settings here. Alright. Public settings means it has been made active. Okay. Now whatever data you want to display on that page, you have to give access to that data for this page to be displayed. So you just go to the public settings on the same page, click on edit, and if you see it here, there is no access on accounts, but we want to display accounts, so we need to give read access. Got it? So this access is being provided to the viewers of the page. So page has been created. I have put a Visualforce page component also there, but what data the viewers will see, you also have to control that part, right? So account read access I have given, and then you just save it. Okay. Now try to refresh the page and view it. Can you see the page now? Same thing?
It's still the same thing.
Okay, use this link. The link that I sent that was not complete. Use this link. Can you see the data now?
Yeah, Jeet.
Right? So now basically you do not have that login ID password of that account, right? That's a different account altogether, but you are able to see that, right? So this way anyone who has this link now, they can just see the data. They can open, they can see the data, right? Depends now if you have on your Visualforce pages, if you have created some buttons, some fields, the end users can also enter the data into that, right? So site is something which you would create if you want to make something completely public, that anyone who just gets the login ID can use it. And this thing portal is something which is controlled using the login ID and password, and Salesforce you'll have to go and purchase. So that is a costly affair as well. You cannot go and buy portal licenses for everyone, right? Correct. So that is mostly for customers who have actually turned up into customers and all. You can use it for them, and anything which needs to be made public, site will be used for that. All right. Please let me know if we have any questions here.